Good morning, Year 8. I hope you're well and having a lovely day. For today's lesson, you will need your exercise book or paper, a pen, and the extract of The Sleeping Giant. Please could you write the date and the title of The Sleeping Giant, and then could you do the do now? Today's text is called The Sleeping Giant. From the title, create a list of what you think the text could be about. So these are some ideas you may have come up with. Mystical being, fairy tale, vast daunting landscape, a powerful force in nature, something powerful lying However, The Sleeping Giant is actually about a volcano. The text describes a new attraction in Iceland where you can walk within a volcano. Like the work we did on swimming with whales in Tonga, we are going to analyse how this attraction is presented. So I'd like to spend 7 minutes reading the extract attached on class charts carefully before beginning the next task. So please pause the video for 7 minutes to read through the extract as carefully as you can. What I would like you to do now is spend 7 minutes finding quotations that are examples of how the volcano is. So these are some of the quotations you may have come up with. What I would like you to do now is pause the video and write down 3 additional quotations that you didn't get. If you got all of them, you can pat yourself on the back. That's very, very good. If you didn't, add at least 3 to your list of quotations. Okay, what we're going to do now is some quote explosions. So this is one of the quotes. This giant, although sleeping, is still dangerous. So you might analyse the word giant, which is a noun. It's also a metaphor. Allows the reader to imagine how big the volcano is in comparison to a person. Also could be interpreted to be somewhat mystical, as giants are associated with fairy tales. In terms of sleeping, so that's a verb, it's a doing word. It's personification too. Suggests that the volcano is quiet and peaceful. Could also cause tension, as both the reader and those experiencing the attraction are worried to wake it up. You've also got the it's still dangerous, so a noun. Highlights that despite the beauty and the awe-inspiring experience, this is still an element of nature that cannot be underestimated, potentially increasing the tension further. So please pause the video to make a note of what I've got on the slide. Okay, so now it's your turn. You have 10 minutes to create your own quote explosions with at least 3 of the quotations you retrieved. If you're going through them a bit quicker, maybe you can do more. But you need to spend at least 10 minutes doing the quote explosions. Okay, so this is your final task of the lesson. Your final task is to use the points you have just written down to answer this question. How does the writer use language and structure to present the volcano? So I've given you an idea of the kind of thing you need to write, but do bear in mind that you have 15 minutes and you're not limited to a small space in the slide, so your answer will of course be more detailed than my one. The writer uses a metaphor to emphasize the volcano's power and size. The choice of the noun giant highlights how large the volcano is in comparison to a person. This creates a visual image of the volcano in the reader's head that allows them to imagine how overwhelming the experience must be. The noun giant also emphasizes the volcano's power, as giants are associated with being strong and destructive, which highlights the destruction volcanoes cause when or if they erupt. I also have the basic writing template on the slide that you can use to help you if you wish. So please pause the video now to complete this task. And this is the mark scheme, so if you would like, you can use the mark scheme to see where you would place yourself or to consider ways you could potentially improve. If you are struggling to place yourself in the mark scheme, do not worry, just think of ways you can potentially make it better. Okay, and that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much for your hard work. Only a couple of lessons left of this unit, which may be a good or a bad thing. depending what you think of it. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.